going swimming in Lake Erie in February? Are these people crazy? Yeah, they look it, but actually they are raising money for Special Olympics. They are part of the law enforcement Polar Bear Plunge for Special Olympics Ohio. This year it will be held February 22nd at Breakwater Beach in Geneva Township. Chandra Brode has moved across the state but continues to coordinate the massive event. Here she is updating media at the 2013 Plunge. We caught up with her during a visit to the county in January.
The Law Enforcement Polar Bear Plunge for Special Olympics Ohio is Saturday, February 22nd at Breakwater Beach at Geneva State Park. Basically, we have about 400 participants that are going to jump into a freezing cold lagoon that we dig into the lake, and they raise money to benefit Special Olympics Ohio. Actually, Severino Construction has been our construction sponsor for the last several years. They take a track hoe down depending on the ice shelf. Last year we had a significant ice shelf of about 8 feet above the water level, and all the way down to the bottom of the lake was frozen also. So it took them about 20 hours with a track hoe to dig out the hole that we have down there. And then of course some years we've had open water, but we prefer to have the little lagoon.
And did they have to come back the next morning and do some more?
Oh, they always usually have to come back. They dig all day on Friday, and then usually Saturday morning they get out there about 5 o'clock in the morning and start working with the dive team to take all of the slush and whatever's frozen over. And then it's kind of quite a process, because then the dive team gets into the water, or I should call them the water rescue team, Ashtabula County Water Rescue Team, gets in the water with snow fence, and they like strain the big sheets of ice out of the water. So it's kind of a
it's like panning for gold.
It is. It's a real collaboration between our construction company and the dive team to get it. Because at 8 o'clock in the morning we have an elite group of plungers called super plungers. They go in every hour for 8 hours starting at 8 a.m. So that they will plunge 8, 9, 10, 11, all the way to 3 p.m. They raise a minimum of $888 to participate in the Super Plunge, and they get to hang out at the beach all day. We give them a heated tent, we feed them, and so it's a real different kind of twist that we started a few years ago. And then at noon we have the high school student plunge. Also college students can join in that. The best thing that you can do is go to www.polarbearplunge.org. There are links there that will take you to all the various registrations. You can register for the adult plunge there, the super plunge there, and also the student plunge has an online registration. And there's also frequently asked question and information sheet. Once you click to register, on the left column of the website, there's going to be a lot of information there.
And how much you have to get minimum pledges, right, for the student and the adult plunges?
Right. The minimum donation recommendation for the student plunge is $50. If you raise $75, you get a shirt and a towel. If you raise $100, you get a shirt, a towel, and another little mystery gift. For your $50 donation, you get a Polar Bear Plunge t-shirt for the year. And then the adults minimum recommendation for a donation is $100, and all the proceeds go to benefit Special Olympics Ohio. So as an adult plunger, you have access to all of the things that we have planned at the Lodge and Conference Center at Geneva on the Lake for the weekend. So as an adult plunger, you can attend the Friday night party, which takes place in the ballroom at the Lodge. We have a DJ, Jeremy James from Star 97.1 comes out. He does a great job. So there's a lot of dancing. We have food that night. And then Saturday morning at 10 a.m. there's a brunch. There's an awards bruncheon. So we give all of our top 10 fundraisers awards, our top fundraiser, our top fundraising team. So you have access to that, and you also get a shirt and towel for participating. This money goes to Special Olympics Ohio. So all of the local athletes at some point compete at the state level, right, for competition. So this helps defray the cost for that, and also it helps support. There's 23,000 Special Olympic athletes in the state right now. So it helps provide them with year-round sports training and competition. So that's where the money goes, to benefit them.
Do you know how much you've like last year generated, and
Last year, yes. Well, since its inception, we're probably at about 1.5 million, I would say. I think it was our 11th year that we went over $1 million, and we raise around 100,000 every year, maybe a little less, maybe a little bit more. It fluctuates.
So what year is this?
This is the 18th year.
Okay.
So we're gonna, we always hope to be right where we were last year or a little bit more, and we've been able to have that success. So.
And you're also involved in plunges elsewhere. You were mentioning you were in like
Yes.
8 other ones?
Yes.
So,
There's 9 plunges in the state right now. There's plunges pretty much all over the state. They have plunges in Columbus, Sandusky, Salina, Indian Lake, Mosquito Lakes plunge, and I'm trying to think. Caesars Creek has a plunge. They have a plunge on the Ohio-Kentucky border now, and all of the plunges go to support Special Olympics Ohio.
and this is the first one, was the one here in Ashtabula County?
Yes, this plunge is unique because this plunge was the plunge that started it all. Sharon Bradley started the polar bear plunge 18 years ago, and after about 8 years, Special Olympics Ohio started creating other plunges around the state just to make it a little bit more convenient. We have people still that come from Toledo, Cincinnati, Columbus. We have people that travel from all over the state to come to this plunge just because it is unique that it is a weekend-long event. The other plunges are typically single-day plunges. So this plunge was the first and is still like unique in that way. We also have the Tippecop too on Thursday to kick off the plunge weekend. So we have a Tippecop for Special Olympics at Mary's Diner in Geneva on Thursday from 4 to 8 p.m.
So this is where the police do the waiting on the tables?
Yes, we have local law enforcement officers come in and they work the tables to raise tips, and those tips directly go to Special Olympics. So.
And you have plunged, right?
Yes.
You do it every year?
Yes, I do. I try to. I think there was one year that I wasn't able to just because of being the coordinator. You're down there. Sometimes I get pulled away, but I usually try to plunge very last after everybody else has gone and all the hubbub's kind of died down.
So tell us what that's like. What does it feel like?
It feels very cold, but it's not as bad as what people think. The air outside actually sometimes can be harsher than the water. The worst part is trying to get your clothes off, your wet clothes off at the end. So what I always try to recommend to people is to wear minimal clothes. Don't wear heavy sweatpants or sweatshirts because you're going to have to peel all that wet stuff off. So usually shorts and a t-shirt. We see a lot of bathing suits. We see a lot of great costumes. But just keep in mind that whatever you have on is going to get waterlogged. So it's going to prevent you from getting warmer. But every year we have heated changing tents. We have the Security Forces Squadron from the Air Force Base down in Vienna bring up their training tents and set them up for us. We have these big industrial canvas tents that we put heaters in. So there is a warm place for you to change once you come out of the water. You don't have to go all the way back to your car. You can just go to the changing tent, take whatever's wet off and get warm and then head to the car. So it is kind of a smooth process usually. So it's not that bad.
Mm-hmm. And there are some strange costumes.
Yes.
It's pretty funny.
Yes. We enjoy seeing the different costumes, and some people get really creative, and that's what it's all about. Everybody's there for the same cause, and there really is like a pulse about it. When you're standing on the beach and it's, it might be really cold, it might be really warm, and we've had great weather sometimes, and sometimes it's 20 degrees and snowing, but everybody is there, and it's a group of 300 some people standing on the beach, and there really is like I said, a pulse in the air, and everybody's there for Special Olympics, and so it's just a great event, even if you're not going to plunge, to come down and watch, because it's pretty interesting.
I forgot, Mom.
Hey, excuse me, tell me how cold was it?
Very cold.
Was it?
Very cold.